Well, good evening. I'm Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy+wisdom. Tonight's Facebook Live is Wisdom Never Takes Sides. You know, a long, long time ago, the Native Americans and the Pilgrims and early settlers of the United States sat down to a feast that we now call Thanksgiving. But I opened up to this today. You know, back then, war and everybody that was a different stripe of life or a different way of life was an enemy. And in that time they had not all the communication skills and everything we had today. But yet they put their differences aside for a day to sit down and have a meal. And yet today, we're supposed to be so modernized, we can't even sit down at a conference or at a political roundtable or anywhere in life with people that have a different opinion or a different way of life and come up with a new way. Something I've really expanded of is the adversity, controversy of life opens up the versatility for me to expand through life. But wisdom takes no sides because wisdom's unattached to anything in life, about life, or for life. But yet today, if somebody has a difference of opinion, that's wrong. Everything that isn't like me is wrong. And that is where the world has never let go of our ancestral anchors of I have to be right and all the other things. But how does wisdom open up the will to invigorate savvy dreamers' omniscience, magnetizing the world with wizardry, opening people's eyes to see a better way? But today, we're so divided because some of that comes from, rather than talk to somebody, we can send an email or text or call because everybody has a cell phone. The world has lost the ability to communicate. And we've been using war as a way to settle differences since the beginning of time. And how has it really, really worked? Because since I've been alive, we've had Korea, Vietnam, the Iranian thing in the 70s, and now we've had Afghanistan, and the Middle East has been at war, and Africa's been the same. We have expanded in technology, but we've never expanded in people peace. Because we think war settles all differences. War is an inability to communicate and two arrogant leaders having a difference of opinion, unable to communicate. And that is where war begins. And sometimes it takes the adversity to get to the versatility. But how have we taught ourselves, if that person don't think like I do, they're wrong. Guilty as charged in my life. I've done that, still do that. But now I'm more open to letting it go and dissolving it from my life than ever before. So as I move forward through this, and I think about I can't pronounce this right, and I'm going to apologize before I say it, but it's a Wampapong native tribe, and the settlers and the pilgrims of that time sat down and had a feast. Can you imagine what it took to have two language barriers, two different ways of life, and have that feast come together? We cannot even have Congress sit in the same room, or we can't even have things happen in the same room and have a conversation of an outcome. That really makes me wonder, where are we so ingrained in ancestral anger and anchors and anarchy that we're afraid to move beyond yesterday? As I open myself up to this, I'm really open to the understanding When somebody has a difference of what I call a different way of expressing themselves, that is a time for me to listen to see how I expand my life rather than me getting a controversial way of life. When we get into the controversy, it's being able to listen and appreciate the other person's way of expressing themselves. And I also wonder today how the Native American wisdom and all the wisdom of the world from the ancient times would expand the world today. Because we're so stuck in having to know something and so stuck in the computers. If a computer can't tell us, we really shut down from doing anything. We've really shut off our own abilities to expand and trust our intuition, because it's easier to feed all the information into a computer and see what it says. How have we become so computerized and so divided we're unable to communicate anymore? See, that's something to understand. When I was a kid, we had telephones, but we had to, if you wanted to talk to somebody or something, you had to communicate it. And I've noticed that now today, computers run things. We don't trust the ability of people to expand through life. And we don't trust the wisdom of people. We trust the virtual world to show us a way to live. And the virtual world has no feelings, nothing. It just has data. And how does the world become so dataized they can't move forward and get out of where we're at? But something I've noticed, and I pay attention, the leaders of the world have the same traits as the ancestral leaders of the world. And people think if you change your views or change your mind or open up to a new innovative expression, that you're a flip-flopper. How does being stuck in one ideology in one way shut a person down from hearing better ways to live? Because no ideology is 100% right. There is nothing in the world right for anything. It's willing to communicate it, but it really comes down to giving thanks for your ability to listen. And it's Happy Thanksgiving opens my harmonized appreciation, pristine peace. Yes, is tantalizing, hellacious, amazing, natural, kevalent innocence, nurturing glorious celebrations of inspirational expressions to flow from my oracle wit, to wisely invigorate today's fun of the sun's splendor, illuminating my skies of spry, energizing my winds of love to blow across my earthly plane, ordains globetrotter tabula rosa beginnings, clearing the way for people to honor each other for who they are, listening to their adventurous acumen to expand my life with the elegance of ease. As I express awesome, savvy, energizing people's will to see the world through their eyes of peace, cleared their ears of prosperity as I now awaken, hearing and witnessing my Newman nirvana that instantly turned on my holiday lights of love, that hues my heart's colorful heroism of invincible spiritual maturity, beams my soul's optimistic, ubiquitous luminary splendor that shines my leadership ardor through the universe, allows me to ascend, rich, dawning, omnipotent resolve, allowing people to lay down their weapons of mass delusion, liberating sovereign audacity, allows people to express their champion wit, instigating new waves of intuitive peace to steam heat my innermost magnificence, to glow of gratitude, love, optimism, wisdom, now and forevermore. I'm a tour of rich, escalating, lavish peace and plush prosperity, standing tall, appreciating I am me. As I say thank you to the founders of Thanksgiving that show me and you, adversaries, can lay down their weapons to enjoy a feast of farcy and elegance, appreciating serendipitous trailblazer armatus wizardry, and embracing people that break bread together, thread together new alliances of peace and prosperity. As I open up to that last statement, peace and prosperity, how can we be at war and be at peace at the same time? We got to feel the peace and listen to the peace. But leaders never listen to the people. They listen to the people that pay into their 527s. And that's their accounts, their nonprofit accounts, and that's where they vote from. I'm sorry, we can have the same world, but we really do things the same. How is the education system basically the same as it's always been? It's always been about people with power, invigorating the power, never listening to the people. And the people never grab on and admire and admit they have the power to expand the world. Because people are the power when they stick together and open up the world with wisdom. But it's really a spiritual savvy within us all to disconnect from the human haunts that I have to have power, realizing peace is empowering energy to move the world out of where it's at into the pristine of the pristine energy of who we are. Opening up to realize I'm an energy, that gives me the adversity and versatility to expand through life. And being unafraid of controversy, but also being unafraid to listen to what other people have to say to move my life forward. Because people enter my life for me to show them a new way and for them to show me a new way. But how are we afraid to let go of history and all the tyranny that's in the world, that people with money are the power when the people are the power? How do we give money a bad rap for being nothing more than people, arrogant people trying to control others because they have the money to manipulate their lives? That is something I've really opened it up to, is that people with money think they have the power because they control people's livelihood. But yet they can have the livelihood and yet they diminish people's lives. Take Walmart and even Amazon right now. They have billions of dollars, but their people are living off the public welfare rolls because they don't pay them enough money. And see, we've never opened up to understand wages and the working people, the blue collar, are the energy of the economy. What we think is, isn't. What we think isn't, is. And people with the hourly workers are actually, and the people that work mid-management and below are actually the power of the world when we all stick together. But how many times have you seen somebody get a promotion and then they start treating the people they worked with in a poor, discouraging way? And that is kind of where we're unafraid. We're afraid to go back to where we were, but we're afraid to admit we've never left where we are. No matter if you're a multimillionaire, you're still who you are and where you come from. And people are the power, expanding opulence, propelling love every day, but they're propelling life every day. So as I open up and I hear somebody say, do it through love, they're really fantasizing something that isn't true. That's a delusion. When you feel the appreciation for yourself and appreciation for life, and let go of accepting and expectations, you expand of appreciation, gratitude, and the desire to experience the encounters and the events that will expand you into your desired accomplished outcomes. You know, when I first got into this, they say write goals and intentions and all that, but make them smart. But they never say anything about being willing to experience the events, the people you encounter, and everything that goes From now, you said when you write the accomplished outcome to the time you experience the accomplished outcome. Because everything in between is being willing to experience the encounters, the events, and everything from the bliss to the havoc. It's all got to be kissed with a brilliant, a bold brilliance to expand through it and of it. And let go of thinking. And I wrote something today. Just because I think it never means a whole lot to anything. It's the feelings, the emotions, and the energy I put forth to expand me beyond where I'm at today. And that is what letting go of everything we've been taught, and let go and dissolve the ancestral anchors within us that we think war, pillage, plunder are the way to live. It's really a peaceful prowess within us that will expand us forward. But we're so stuck to the egotistical way of life that being mean to people and really dominating people makes me powerful. All that really does is set you up for a karmic typhoon to come in and wipe out all the crud with humility and humble pie. And all the humble pie I've ever ate still tastes like crap. And I've ate some humble pie. But it's being willing to listen with a peaceful prowess within myself, to trust my abilities to expand through and energize the wizardry and enterprise my entrepreneur to experience everything to expand me out of where I'm at and into my desired life. And I use the word energy, enterprise, and expand way more than I should, but them words are powerful and free of emotion. I mean, they're free of memory, and that is the thing. History is embedding memories and creating havoc, creating a history of look what happened last time. All last time was I was never ready for success, because you have to grow personally to grow into the financial wealth of life. And that's health, wealth, and all the divine good that everybody deserves. And if you watch the people that are really wealthy, they're the ones that give back. But they never give to their employees. They always give to look good. And that is something I've really seen especially with Walmart and Amazon. You know, you can be a billionaire, but you should, and your people are living off the welfare rolls, are the, what does that say for the people leading? That isn't a leader. And as I move forward, when Microsoft and Bill Gates was running it, it created more millionaires and distributed the wealth amongst the people better than any company. I don't know about it now. But you see, you got to be willing to receive, but you got to be willing to give after you receive. And that is something I really noticed. And wisdom is giving. And one of the best out there is Jack Welch. He has given a lot of, you listen to his CDs and stuff, he will give you some information to expand your life. He will give you the wisdom. And Steve Jobs, but you listen to people that are successful, listen to their wisdom, you will expand your life. But here's the thing, never try to be like them. Use their wisdom in your dreams and your desired life the way it'll expand you most. But it's time for the world to stop living in the tyrant age of life and open up to the leadership way of life. And that's a light, expanding, adventurous dreamers ecstasy, realizing savvy, hegemonic, innovative prowess will move the world forward. But we've been taught people and get up in that power and they lose where they're at because they never want to go back. It's being willing to be the leader and remember, and still with the same morals, ethics, and integrity as it moved you forward. And that's the thing we've really let go of in this life, is the morals and integrity of life. You know, this is something I really look at. When I was a kid in the 60s, a handshake was a deal. Now, signed contracts don't even make it a deal. People never honor, very few leaders honor their word. And that has filtered down through the people. And that is something else that I've opened up to. I desire to honor my values. And that's what appreciate and gratitude do. They allow me to honor my values the way I desire. And I want to wish everybody a happy holiday season, happy Thanksgiving. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom. And the wisdom of the day is to honor your values, listen to adversity, communicate adversity, and feel and witness the versatility to expand through life that's within you and me. I want to say thank you and good night. And my website is mycowboywisdom.com. And I want to say thank you. And may your life and holiday season be as blessed as you are a blessing to me in the world.